News Geelong. We commence sport as this heat wave comes to an end here at Eastern Beach. Let's commence the Super Cats coverage for 2014 with the head coach, Jamie O'Loughlin. Well, fresh from a long American winter is our very own head coach in the basketball scene, Jamie O'Loughlin. Jamie, can you first tell us about your trip and what you've learnt?
Yeah, look, you had almost 3 months in the States, and spent a lot of time at different basketball places, and spoke to a lot of coaches, and it was a good experience. And probably a highlight for me was to meet the coaching staff at North Carolina and sit down with them and have a chat, and get a bit of the history and a bit of their game style, and talk about ours compared to theirs. So. Yeah, that was great fun, and also dropped in at St Mary's. We've got a few Australian players, and then down to San Antonio Spurs as well. So it was, they were probably the highlights, and really good experience.
Well, we hope you bring that experience to the 2014 season. But before we look into you individually, let's look at the playing list right now. Have there been any massive player movements off this summer?
Yeah, look, we've made a few changes, and it happens from season to season. Probably the most notable is in the import area. This time around, it was one of those things where we had to look at our player balance of positions, and we felt we had a lot of perimeter players in our group, the local guys, and we probably needed to bolster our stocks with an import big man. So the decision was us for them to decide, which import we would hold on to and who we'd have to let go, and it was very, very difficult. But in the end, we just decided we needed to get a big, so we brought Eric Gaff in, who's been in the league for the last 3 years at Northwest Tassie. Defensive Player of the Year twice, so that's a big inclusion for us. But that means that we were without Theron Wilson, so he's been huge for us, but we just had too many players in his position, so we needed to make a change.
Looking to the start of the 2014 season, opening clash, one of our other imports will meet his recent former teammate.
Yeah, we've also picked up Alex Tigani from Canberra, who he's played 4 years of college basketball and then came back to be with the Kings, and then last 2 years at Canberra, and now heading down this way. And he'll be important for us because he replaces Dom Friend, who's gone back to footy. So that's good for us. And but yeah, interesting that he plays his old team very first game of the season up in Canberra. So he's pretty excited about it, and possibly a little bit nervous about it as well.
Now, the final big change, I reckon, after years of attending matches as a fan, we won't see the St Lawrence logo on the jumper anymore. Big announcement by the Geelong club. Yeah,
look, Dean Anglin, who's the CEO, has done a lot of work to with our sponsors and setting up the season. And one of the biggest things that's happened for the club is the signing of the naming rights sponsor for this season, and McDonald's is on board, and it's just a huge step for us. It's really important, and to have a brand like that associated with our brand, bringing the two together, I'm sure is going to work well for both.
Well, we wish you, the sponsors and all the players the best for the season, but right now it looks like you've got a gruelling pre-season ahead as we're here at Eastern Beach.
Yeah. Last week we ran the boys up and down the hills a bit, but tonight, with it sort of being about 40 degrees this week, we're going to get them in the water and get their heart rate up swimming. So we're about to get into it.
Sounds exciting. I could go for a dip myself. Thank you very much for joining News Geelong.
No worries. Thanks, Al.
Thanks for that, Jamie. Let's head across Corio Bay now to the Avalon Speedway, catching up with Jeff Ensign, who won the 360 title.
And the newly crowned Victorian 360 Sprint Car Champion is also from Uncle Sam, Jeff Ensign out of California. Excellent job tonight. You put it on the front row, you did everything right, but there were some challenges coming your way from the guys coming from behind.
Yeah, I knew the guys behind me would be pretty tough. They run here all the time and they're good. And our car was rolling good all night, and we just kept it going. And I knew I just had to do everything I could to keep it out front, and that's how it ended up.
Traffic was busy. Any moments where you thought, oh, this was a little bit too close?
Yeah, for sure. When I got in a couple of lap traffic, there was like 2 cars there. I knew I could feel them coming up behind me a little bit, so I knew how to get through there quick, but everything worked out good for me.
Track was wide, track was really racy tonight, I felt. Is this similar to anything you run back home?
Yeah, definitely. We get tracks like this all the time with a big cushion up top when you can roll the bottom and stuff, which is awesome. You know, it puts on the best shows for the fans and everything, I believe. So, yeah, Simpson last weekend was really good too, so hopefully we can keep them coming.
The calibre of competition here tonight, is that comparable to what you race in the US?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, you know, Civil War and stuff like that. It's pretty much just like this. Yeah, definitely more of like a regional type deal, and it works out good.
You'll now switch your focus to the President's Cup here in a couple of weeks' time, about 10 days, in fact, for a 10,000 to win show. Confident leading into that event?
Yeah, definitely. Now that we've been rolling, we've got a nice top 10 finish with our 410 and stuff. We're definitely confident in that thing and looking forward to put it up front.
Well done on the win. Your compatriot, Kyle Hurst, won the 410s. You've taken out the 360s. Congratulations. Excellent performance tonight, and thank you for the show.
Thank you guys. You guys do a good job too. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Jeff, and brilliant work, Gavin, as always. That's it for sport this Friday evening. Thank you very much for joining us, and let's hope we get more of a cool change. Back to you, Rollo.
Thank you, Alex. Great to be some blokes working in the idyllic surrounds of our cooling and lovely eastern beach. Now the all-important weather outlook for the next 5 days for Geelong and the Surf Coast. Tomorrow, Saturday, we will see a shower or two in the morning, clearing to a comfortable afternoon and an expected top of 22 degrees. Sunday will be cloudy but cool throughout with a top of 22, so a nice temperature change for cooler conditions over the weekend. Monday will see early morning drizzle, clearing with a top temperature of 24, while Tuesday will continue to be partly cloudy with a chance of some showers and a top of 23. On Wednesday it will be mostly sunny but comfortable with a top of 25. Today it was a dirty day of weather with the steamy hot conditions continuing to prevail until a gusty cool change beginning to arrive late this afternoon, extending into the evening. We reached a top of 41 degrees before the cooler conditions began to arrive, so the much sought after cool relief assisting with tonight's sleeping conditions. That's the weather outlook for Geelong and the Surf Coast, expected through until the middle of next week. And thank you for being with us on News Geelong tonight as we enjoy some cooler relief from the past week of extreme hot conditions. To one of our stalwart viewers who got through the week of heat with plenty of good Geelong water, at 102 years of active age, Oscar Atkins of Belmont. Remember, Oscar, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, have a safe weekend, enjoy yourself and whatever you may be doing, keep cool, and a very good night.